Business news now. Steve and Carol is here. We're starting with something a little bit lighter for a change. This is a new list, isn't it, of the world's best paid sporting stars, Steve.
And on top of that list is the footballer Cristiano Ronaldo. He's overtaken retired boxer Floyd Mayweather to become the world's best paid athlete. He topped the list of high earners compiled by Forbes. Serena Williams was the highest ranking female sports star on the list, coming in at number 40. Solange Moujon has the details.
Collectively paid over $3 billion. The world's 100 top-paid athletes are rich and getting richer, according to Forbes, thanks to ever-increasing endorsements and wages. The top dog, Cristiano Ronaldo, with his $88 million he earned last year. He beat out another football star, Lionel Messi, with his $81.4 million. This is the first time in nearly 2 decades, since Michael Jordan in 1998, that an athlete playing a team sport has been pegged the top earner.
We've seen an explosion in salaries with team sports. So the top paid guys in soccer, in basketball, in the NFL, they can make 30, 40, and in the case of Ronaldo and Messi, more than $50 million. And then marketers are really concentrating their money in the top stars.
Further down on the list, but still bringing home the bacon, LeBron James took the number 3 spot, earning over $77 million. Tennis star Roger Federer came in 4th, earning more endorsements from sponsors like Rolex and Mercedes than any other athlete. And when it comes to nationality, best be American. 13 of the top 20 earners are from the U.S. And none of those top spots went to women. The first woman in the top 100 is Serena Williams, at number 40 with $8.3 million. She beat out Maria Sharapova, who dropped from 26th place to 88th in the aftermath of her doping scandal.
Well, staying with that story, Maria Sharapova's main sponsor, Nike, is standing by her despite her failing that drugs test. The sportswear brand had suspended their contract with her when she first tested positive for the drug meldonium. But after the International Tennis Federation's decision to ban her for 2 years on Tuesday, the company decided that they would honour the sponsorship deal. In a statement, it noted the tribunal found Sharapova did not intentionally break the rules and that she was appealing the ban. The tennis star signed an 8-year contract with Nike in 2010 worth $70 million, as well as a cut of revenues from her clothing line. Another of her major sponsors, the tennis racket maker Head, has also said they'll stand by her, saying the ban was a result of a flawed process.
Now here in France, we've got some good news on the jobs front, haven't we?
The rate of job creation in France hit its highest level since 2008 in the year to the end of March. In total, almost 160,000 jobs were created once job losses were subtracted. The French National Statistics Office revised up the figures for the last 6 months. The services sector saw the greatest number of posts created, while employment continued to fall in industry and in construction.
Let's have a look at what's happening on the markets then.
European shares opening down at the start of the day. Telecoms companies, the biggest fallers on the European bourses. We're seeing mining companies, though, being the best performers. Glencore's up by about 1%. That's the picture at the open. Over in Asia, it was a quieter day on the stock markets there. Shanghai and Hong Kong both closed for the Dragon Boat holiday. The Nikkei in Tokyo down by almost 1%, though. A falls 2 on the Kospi in Seoul. That's after the Bank of Korea announced that it was cutting interest rates there to a record low.
Going to turn to Apple next, changing the way that the App Store works.
The company's to cut the commission it takes on subscription services for long-term customers. That means that apps which offer users an ongoing service, like Spotify for example, will get a greater share of the amount that customers pay them. Currently, Apple takes a 30% cut, but that will be reduced to 15% for subscriptions lasting longer than a year. This is the biggest change to the App Store in its 8-year history. This as revenues from the digital marketplace become more important to Apple as sales of iPhones and iPads decline.
Now, this next one is fascinating if you're into your TV series, because Netflix has, for the first time, in fact, given us an idea of how people are watching their most popular series.
So the video streaming service really brought us the whole idea of binge watching, when you sit down and you just watch up to hours and hours of TV in a row. So they analysed Netflix, the viewing habits of 100 shows in the 190 countries they operate in. They found that viewers take their time over shows that have complex plot lines like House of Cards or Mad Men. And they seem to do the same with certain comedies, including the Netflix series Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. The top candidates for binge watching were dramatic comedies or shows that have elements of horror or sci-fi, including Orange is the New Black and The Walking Dead.
There you go. Now you know.
There's a lot to take in, you take your time with it.
Exactly. I've just watched Line of Duty, which is a BBC series on Netflix, and it took me about a month for 11 episodes. So
okay, that's reasonable. You're pacing yourself.
Yeah, I paced myself. Thanks, Stephen. Stephen with Business on France 24.